One of the features in FamilySearch that can be really helpful that for me has allowed me to find a lot of different, a lot of children and parents, marriage dates, and so on, is over here on these research helps. In this case, I've got a record, that's that blue icon. I'm working with Ellen Martin here, and here's a recommended record that might fit with her. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And it says, so I'm just going to do a quick review. It says that there's a name on it, Joseph Parker. This is a marriage certificate. I know down below that I do have Joseph Parker is her husband. And so we've got some marriage information there. So this is most likely going to be the same individual. I'm going to click on Review and Attach. And that's going to bring up this new window. Now, one thing that you can do is up here, you can view the record to see what the actual record looks like. Sometimes you'll have just what's been indexed, just the information, and other times you'll actually be able to see the record itself. So in this case, there's an actual image of that record. And it's always fun to look in here. And sometimes it provides valuable information that may not have been indexed, but still can help you determine if it's the same individual. So I'm just going to glance at this just to kind of show you what it looks like. And in this case, we're going to find, here's Joseph Parker and Ellen Martin. Both are minors. They were married on the 1st of November, 1842. He was a bachelor. She was a spinster, or a bachelorette in our terms. And we also have their father's name, so that can be helpful if we didn't have those. And then again, their names at the bottom. So that's just to kind of show you what that image, what that record might look like. So I'm going to go back into, that opened up in a new tab. So I'm going to go back into where we were. And I'm going to close that out. So we're back here. So I'm going to look, it came straight to Ellen Martin because that's the individual we came from. So it has us look at the person on the record and compare it with the person who's in our family tree. And there's nothing in here that tells me definitively these are the same individual. I could compare the father, John Martin, same thing. There's no real information there. But if I come down to Joseph Parker, her husband, it does show the marriage date, which was the 1st of November, 1842. And that matches their marriage date of the 1st of November, 1842, and the location is the same. And so I'm pretty confident that these are the same individuals. We'll see that we've got a couple different records that have shown that same date and location there. So I'm going to attach this source and type in a reason for that. Individuals, and there's lots of different ways to do this. Because there's enough information here, it's fairly straightforward. I'm going to keep this reason fairly simple. Individuals, location, and marriage date match. So that's a very simplified explanation. Now I'm going to compare Ellen. You'll notice it does copy that same reason into here. I'm going to attach her to this record, and then John Martin, who is her father, I'm also going to attach him to this record. So once we have everyone on there attached, now we do notice down here there's others on the record, but it's not letting us attach those, and that's because we're working with Ellen and he's not her father. So one thing we can do if we have extra people is change who our primary person is. So I'm actually going to change this to Joseph Parker, Ellen's husband. And now notice we get a parent on the record. So we get John Parker on the record. So I'm going to compare those two. And again, we'll just assume based off the other information that these are the same individual. Now that I've got everyone attached, I'm going to return to the record. And you'll notice now that, let's see, actually I'm going to, sometimes it brings you back to the actual individual and other times it takes you back to the record. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this tab because I have the other tab here. And I'm going to refresh this page and we should see that record, that research help is no longer there. Now, sometimes it will, because of the information we put in, it'll bring up additional help. So that's just a quick overview of how we can go through and attach records to individuals. And again, this can be a great tool, especially as we get into census records and birth records, for finding children and tying them to their parents.